guys. Our fine city, Denver, Colorado, 41 degrees on this Monday morning. And here in Colorado, I don't have to tell you this, but we've got some of the best beer around. 5 different Colorado breweries ranking in the top 50 in the U.S., several in the top 10. We've got Steve Kurowski from the Colorado Brewers Guild to look at some of those breweries that were named top. And this is top for size, right?
Yeah, the list was how much beer that they brew in a year.
Okay, so we're not number one. There's a company out of Pennsylvania that got the number one spot.
Yuengling is number one. They've been around for a long, long time.
Just because they make a lot.
Of beer. They make a lot of beer.
All right, so who do we got then?
We got Odell out of Fort Collins, and then Avery in Boulder. New Belgium, and also in Fort Collins.
Fat Tire, of course.
Yes, and then we have Oscar Blues out of Longmont and Lions, and then Left Hand also out of Longmont.
You know, and I think what's cool, I mean, especially when you talk about, Longmont or Left Hand and Oscar Blues. I mean, these are companies that just 5, 6, 7 years ago were pretty small. I mean, really, all of them.
No question. All these breweries have been around for about 20 years.
Yeah.
They're brewing beer when beer wasn't really that cool to be doing, right? These guys are way ahead of the curve.
Yeah.
Saw a lot of hard times in craft beer in the state. It hasn't always been what it is right now.
So these people
survived some tough times. They've innovated. They found ways to get beer out in the market and really tricky environments.
Yeah.
So these guys have figured it out, and to have 5 in the top 50 that we have in Colorado is very unique for the state.
Yeah, that's 10% of the top 50 Colorado. That's actually a pretty big chunk of the entire list. What does that say about the Colorado craft brewers market?
Yeah, I think it says that we're a mature market, more so than a lot of states. You can't have a brewery in the top 50 in size and be open for 5 years, or it's not an overnight thing. There's what's called a regional brewery, and that's breweries that are over 15,000 barrels of production. And these are well over that. We've got about another 10 or so in Colorado that are at that 15,000 mark. So we got not only these larger breweries, but we have a bunch of regionals that are making a big impact.
So clearly craft brewing is popular in Colorado, but it is popular across the country. Where do you see it going from here? Do you see more competition entering the craft brewing market?
No doubt about it. We have 5,000 breweries in operation nationwide, fighting for about 12% of that share, of the beer share out there. So yes, it's going to get more crowded. I think a lot of people are going to find their beer in tasting rooms drinking directly at the brewery. But yes, access to market is going to prove to be a challenge in our industry moving forward.
But we got in early, so we should be good, right?
I think these guys are doing all right. Colorado, we have a strong scene, and we feel really great about what's going to happen here.
And I think I love every single one of these. So
I do.
I'm a fan. Thank you.
I got to go shopping.
You're the beer guy, my friend.
Well, I got to go shopping for all this, so this is what I got to pick out. It was great.
When you can take the corporate credit card to go buy a bunch of 6-packs, you've got the right job, Greg.
Yeah.
That's what that means.
Here I am. I take the P card here, and I go buy a couple of 6-packs of beer, and all of a sudden I'm in the manager's office, and we're talking about personal responsibility. Temperatures running in the 40s.